to be here to share a few songs with you guys on a Thursday evening. And my very first song, I always perform it at every show, and I call it a special song to me because it's the first English song I've ever written. And it came from a friend of mine in Uganda who came to me and asked me, he was telling me about this girl breaking up with him, and I was like, can I write a letter to save your relationship? He was like, sure. So I wrote some spicy stuff for him, and the next day he calls me and he's like, John, it worked. And I was like, well, I'm figuring out how to write English music. Can you get my letter back? And he brought the letter, and these are the words I'd written in that letter. Hope you guys enjoy. A special world for you and me. It's gentle nature and open to all, and always sending chills down my spine. And if our moon starts causing waves, it's your devotion that keeps me still. I've made a vow to no one but you. I pledge my love for all time to you. I love, I love, I love. I love the way you touch me. I love, I love, I love. I love the way you kiss me. And I love, 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 love the way you love me. I want to stay wrapped up in you forever. Our lives together till eternity, and our hearts are always as one. I wrote your name deep in the sand, but the waves washed it away. I carved your name into my heart, so forever it will stay. I love, I love, I love. I love the way you touch me. I love, I love, I love. I love the way you kiss me. And I love, 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 love the way you love me. I want to stay wrapped up in you forever. Our lives together till eternity, and our hearts are always as one. I want to stay wrapped up in you forever. Our lives together till eternity, and our souls are always as one. And our hearts are always as one. I want to stay wrapped up in you forever. Our lives together till eternity, and our souls are always as one. And our hearts are always as one. Thank you. And my friends hasn't married up to now. I've been waiting. That's the reason I don't have this song on any of my album. I'm waiting for him. But this year I told him, hey, second album, I don't care. So this next song, before I call my friend I came with here, I also call it a special song because it took me 3 years to understand that music saved my life, living in Austin, Texas. Because all the time, in Uganda, you didn't hope for anything. You didn't wish. You didn't, like your brain only is active in that present day. If you don't have food, that's what it is. You don't hope for more. And somehow, I was a nanny with my cousin, and as I was cleaning the house, I landed on a CD, and it was We Are the World. I saw many people on the CD. I didn't know how to play that. I waited for him, and when he came back and played it for me, I was so mind blown. I was like, how are these many people singing in one tune? It didn't make sense, and they all had different voices, but I only knew Michael Jackson, and it told me if all these people can sing in one tune, that means my voice can fit in a tune. And that really inspired me to being obsessed with Western music. I used to call it Western music. And from the day I made that decision, it's why I'm in Houston right now, Texas. It changed my life. Thank you. Because everything kept on happening. Everything adds to another, but it helps you learn and go to another step. So it inspired me to write this song called Silver and Gold, thanking music for saving my life. My innocence had long been gone. You taught me things that I already knew, but I pushed them away till the day I found you. For far too long I'd been just hanging on. You dragged me in from that wind and cold. All I know more than silver and gold. It's the truth. You let my heart unbend. I was the lonely one, and I needed a friend. Well, I know you put a skip to my step. You are the only one when I needed someone, like you needed someone. I took some wrong turns on the road of life. You found me wounded and I'm stronger, stronger than I've ever been. Put me back together again. We're making our own private paradise, just knowing you'll be right there when I'm old. That you'll never go means more to me than silver and gold. It's the truth. You let my heart unbend. I was the lonely one, and I needed a friend. Well, I know you put a skip to my step. You are the only one when I needed someone, like you needed someone. I couldn't see the horizons. I never knew the sunrise. My life was missing the reasons until I looked into your eyes. It's the truth. You let my heart unbend. I was the lonely one, and I needed a friend. Well, I know you put a skip to my step.
You are the only one when I needed someone, like you needed someone. It's the truth. You let my heart unbend. I was the lonely one when I needed someone, like you needed someone. Thank you.
I'll invite my friend called Bryce. We came from Austin together today, and we're gonna jam rest of the songs. The next song I'm singing is called Flying Away from Home. And when I got this obsession of singing Western music, I never spoke proper English at all. But when I first told people home, hey guys, I think I'm going to start doing music, they were really scared because in Uganda, when you do music, that's a sign you're going to be broke all your life. And they were like, what are you crazy? I'm like, guys, I just feel something. I feel like this is going to take me somewhere and I'm going to just live my life. And no one believed in me at all. And when it's close people next to you and they are not supporting what you do, it hurts, but not in a bad way. You don't feel it because they are close people to you. It's like a joke. But it's not until that I moved out of Uganda and I realized actually that was hurtful. I felt like I needed just one person to really listen to me, and no one did. So it inspired me to write this song called Flying Away from Home. I hope you guys enjoy.
Always dreamed I'd go away. Summer, maybe I could fly. So left my home when I was 23 years old and sailed away into the night. Daddy told me not to go. I regret that we were fighting. Now I think you finally lost. Sometimes you have to search before you find it. The light can seem so very far away, but everything you left so far behind it is in your heart to stay, to help you find your way. I was born to live for more. I don't know the reason why. When opportunity came knocking at my door, I looked it right into the eyes. When I wandered down the road, they didn't know what I was thinking, but I just knew I had to go. Sometimes you have to search before you find it. The light can seem so very far away, but everything you left so far behind it is in your heart to stay, to help you find your way. Every day me something new. I can't wait until tomorrow. Sometimes you have to search before you find it. The light can seem so very far away, but everything you left so far behind it is in your heart to stay. Sometimes you have to search before you find it. The light can seem so very far away, but everything you left so far behind it is in your heart to stay, to help you find your way. Oh, oh, oh. Eh, eh, eh. Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you so much. It's funny, when I went back to Uganda after 6 years, that was last year, early last year, the first thing they asked me at home, what are you doing in your life? I was like, guys, I do music. I sing and perform. Somehow their brain is still locked from that time when I left, and the brain never shifts. Where you leave people is where you find them. And I showed them one of my videos singing, and I was seated on a wooden chair. And they asked me, America is a rich country. Why are you seated on a wooden? I was like, guys, that's just a choice that they made, the label. So I was just sitting on a chair. Their brain cannot process what's happening. Anyways, I ended up living with a family in Austin, wonderful couple. And one of their friends always acted creepy when she knew that there was an African guy in these people's house. She kept coming every day with a pen and a paper to write things I don't know how to do. And swimming was on top of the list. So she schedules a day for me to go swim at Balton Springs. I was like, sure. When we reached there, she just told me to jump. And I was like, hey, wait, that's not how they learn how to swim. And then I walk into the water, it was really cold. And that was my last lesson of swimming. And the pandemic comes, and at the end of the pandemic, I got a random call, and it was her. She's like, I need help to move boxes. And I'm like, sure. So we spent the whole day moving boxes, but she was really crying. I don't know why she was crying, but it freaked me out, and I was scared to ask why she was crying. And when I went back home, I really felt empty. I just felt like I need to know answers because this is a good friend. But it inspired me to write this song called Dark Door. Hope you guys enjoy.
I see the way you're feeling now. Maybe I could come around, just because I'm thinking of you, looking like you're not afraid. It isn't even what you say, it's what you do when you're blue. I've been there before. I've walked through that same dark door. Ooh, it's cold when you're alone outside, until you get a place to hide. Then you know you found a home. Till then, never give up, you fight. Try to keep your burdens light, 'cause you never know when it's time to go. I've been there before. I've walked through that same dark door. Ooh, and I've been through that pain. I've walked through that pouring rain. Ooh, I know thou did know how it feels. I'll help you find you peace of mind. I'm here to stay, won't go away until the end of time. I've been there before. I've walked through that same dark door. Ooh, and I've been through that pain. I've walked through that pouring rain. Ooh, I see the way you're feeling now. Maybe I could come around.
Thank you so much. I one time met my friend and played them this song, and she cried because she was moving to Seattle. And I was like, hey, I need to play you something. This is before even it was put on the album. And she's like, oh, thank you. I didn't know you wrote a song about the situation. But then she told me why she was crying. It was relationship stuff. So, this next song I'm singing, when I ended up living with this couple, they were so sweet. And they were strangers to me. I lived with them, and when the pandemic really happened, I didn't understand how serious it was. I mean, I saw the news, I would hear stuff, but I kept on going to play soccer with my friends. And I think the couple started really freaking out. They were like, John, you're gonna kill us. And I was like, I don't wanna kill you guys. You've been nice to me. What should I do? They were like, well, you get out every day and you might come here with a virus, so we need you to stay in the house, which was really, really hard. And as I was like a few weeks into staying just in the home, I was so frustrated. And I was just thinking about how would it feel when this whole situation is gone. And it inspired me to write a song called A Big Smile. I hope you guys enjoy.
You are running from all that haunts you. The road you're traveling seems all uphill. Some days will be empty without a smile. Life is not a race, but a journey to be saved. Let your wound just make you strong. It may be near when it seems so far. Stick to the fight when your hardest hit. Don't be afraid to encounter all the risk. When the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, You will stand with a big smile. Sometimes when people just don't care, and for some it's hard to say. Accept yourself as you are designed. You're a masterpiece of your own kind. When the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, you will stand with a big smile. When the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, you will stand with a big smile. When the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, you will stand with a big smile. When the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, when the sun rises up, you will stand with a big smile.
Thank you so much. Give it up for Mr. Bryce. So when I moved in with this couple, I was shocked when I first stepped in the house. Actually, I'd not even stepped in the house. They had two pit bulls in the house. That didn't make sense. When they opened the door, I see these two massive dogs trying to jump all over me. And I was like, guys, are those dogs? They were like, yeah. And I was like, well, they look aggressive. They're like, no, they're happy. I'm like, no, that doesn't look like happy to me. But the truth is they were happy because they were just jumping all over me. And when I walked in, they locked them in a crate. And when they released them, actually, they were peaceful. They walked. When they called Maya, the dog has a name, has a bed, and listens to people. I'd never seen that anywhere. But with time, it started making sense. It seemed like there was an attachment between these people and those dogs. They even snored. I'd never had a dog snore before in my life. And it was like people. And it kind of triggered a memory when I was growing up. I was 15 years old. And as young boys, actually I was not even 15, I was like 14, 13. Every young guy at that age, we have chickens. And the way you differentiate your chicken from the neighbors is you paint it with different colors. So when you're walking somewhere, you were like, oh, that's my hen. And these chicken are stray chicken. They let them out to walk and come back in the evening. And I was really broke at that age, and I decided to sell my chicken. I was not happy about it, but I was like, okay, I need some money. So I sold it to the neighbor. And in the morning, when I came to clean the chicken house, the hen had come back. I was like, wow. But I saw a way out of this. I went and sold it to the next neighbor. And the hen came back again. And I had to tell my twin sister, hey, I think I've sold this chicken twice. And, you know, as siblings advisors, she was like, you need to eat the chicken. So I ate the chicken, but with love. And there was no evidence that I have that chicken. But I realized that hen came back because it had an attachment. It had the same love that these people's dogs have. The chicken was just so loyal that even if you sell it a far distance, it will just come back. And I think love is a very big thing, even with animals. And it inspired me to write this song called Love, 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 Love. I hope you guys enjoy.
Love, love, love. There's really no way you can get too much of it. Love, love, love. Beautiful, glorious love. Love, love, love. There's really no way you can get too much of it. Love, love, love. Glorious love. If you're a lonely one, you're not the only one living alone in this big round world. If you look closer, there's people all over there looking around just like you. For love, love, love. There's really no way you can get too much of it. Love, love, love. Beautiful, glorious love. If you're a lucky one, you're gonna find someone who needs a friend as much as you. You'll come together and life will be better and all of your dreams will come true. With love, love, love. There's really no way you can get too much of it. Love, love, love. Beautiful, glorious love. Love, love, love. There's really no way you can get too much of it. Love, love, love. Beautiful, glorious love.
You can sing with me.
Love, love, love. There's really no way you can get too much of it. Love, love, love. Beautiful, glorious love. Once more. Love, love, love. There's really no way you can get too much of it. Love, love, love. Beautiful, glorious love.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This makes me happy because when I first wanted to sing for people, I didn't have anyone to sing for. And I remember we lived in this very tiny house where anyone would be in your business. And I'd closed my eyes trying to talk to myself while playing a friend's guitar that I had borrowed. And my twin sister phoned me talking to myself. And then she didn't say a word, but she looked scared. And one of her friends met me and she was treating me nice. I was like, hey, what are you up to? She's like, your sister told us you're possessed. You speak to yourself. And I was like, I'm talking to a crowd in a Western country, which seemed possessed to her. She didn't say much about the whole explanation. But sitting here with you guys and sharing an evening with you guys, to me, it means the world to me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And many of you may ask how I left Uganda. So no friends can listen to me sing English. I was one day traveling in a taxi, and in Uganda, a taxi carries 14 people, meaning you have to wait for 14 people to get off for you to get where you're going. So people didn't really mind time and things like that. And as growing up, I would see homeless kids on the streets of Kampala. But it's only at this time when I was desperate to sing for people that I saw an opportunity out of those children. I was like, okay, since no one can listen to me at home, these kids won't have a choice. So I tried to experiment that, and it worked. When I came with a guitar to sing for these children, they really were curious about the instrument. Me, myself, I was still curious because I'd met a guitar when I was already grown up. It was the very first time to see it. It was a guy playing Christian songs. And so I sing for these kids for 6 months. But then I felt like I still need to call a friend. I just need one support from a friend. And I decided to tell my best friend, can you come and see what I've been doing all these months? And I was shocked. For the very first time I called him, he told me, that is really good. I think you're going to travel the world. I didn't know what he meant, but I don't know why he made that statement. And he's like, John, can we record a video of you doing this? So he recorded a video, and it took us almost a day to upload because the network was like network failure. And I was like, we shall try again. Successfully, the video uploaded on Facebook, and after like 3 weeks, I get a message from Norwegian Cruise Line in Florida. Hey, Sarah, we saw you singing for homeless kids. Do you want to sing on a big boat? And they sent me a photo of a big boat. I didn't care about the message. That photo was really confusing. I was like, how is this building floating on water? I need to print out this. And I went to a cafe, printed it out, and secretly asked friends, do you think this makes sense? And my friends were like me. They were like, John, that's Photoshop. That's a whole building. Can it float on water? So I just threw away the paper. I didn't respond to the email. And after a few weeks, they reached out again. They were like, Sir, we really want you to sing on this boat. You're very talented. And I was like, Sir, can you send me a video of that boat moving? He was really frustrated, but he sent me a link. I looked for a cafe. It was real. This boat was sailing and people were dancing and eating. And I was like, Sir, we have a deal. It took me 3 weeks to process the visas and everything. I didn't know these people. And now I have a visa, but I need to convince people home that at 23, I'm going on another continent by myself to do music. Oh, the day I told them, guys, I'm leaving, they were like, how did you meet these people? And I was like, on the internet? They were like, oh, they're going to kill you. They're gonna cut out your lungs and donate them and throw you in the ocean. I immediately knew they were not going to support that. And I had to disappear for a few weeks as I processed my whole travel. And The day of traveling, I called them at the airport. I knew they wouldn't change anything. And I didn't say bye because I thought I would check in and come and say hi, bye, I'll see you guys again. That didn't happen. When I checked in, they told me to go forward. And I ended up on a boat 6 months. And I was surprised the rules of structure of the world. I had never met structure before, but it all started with the emails. When you reach the airport, you're going to see a tall, big guy in security uniform with your name. Do as he says. I got out and this guy I'd never seen someone who didn't smile for hours. He just held my name when I came. I just followed him. He didn't say a word. I was kind of freaked out, but I was like, at least I'm seeing the signs I read in the email. And he took me to the boat. He didn't even tell me I'm joining the boat. He just told me, go forward. And I gave in my passport, and they checked everything, and they showed me my room. But when I went to pee, the water was shaking, and it didn't make sense. We were sailing. Through that whole process, he had taken me on a boat. He didn't even tell me you're joining a boat. And when I looked in the window, we were in the middle of the ocean. I just went to bed, but as I was like 5 minutes into bed, this guy comes up and he's like, sir, you have to be singing at deck 12. I'm like, deck 12? Don't you guys rest when you've traveled a long day? He's like, sir, I'm doing my job, and they told me to leave this place with you. He didn't leave that door. And that's the first time I'm experiencing structure, that people are really big on time, and actually they are serious about it. So I went and did my gig, but I was still freaked out. And I talked to the captain. He was Italian. I'm like, sir, how do I sing for English speakers? He was like, don't worry. They won't jump off the boat. And I was like, thank you, sir. So that, just his statement kept me going. But then this whole story comes from, I end up in Austin, Texas, and after some time, you realize that actually you ran away from all the life you knew. And sometimes it's this excitement and opportunities that come. But then when you add that to me going back in Uganda, it seemed like I had gone back, but I haven't come back. Because everyone's brain stopped. They saw me as a 23-year-old. Yet me and you are 33 years. And their brain stopped. It's like, okay, I'm home, but actually I've not returned. And it taught me a lesson that we all run from good or bad. We don't even know that we are running at that time. But there is no returning. In any direction we run to. And it inspired me to write this song called Run Away. I hope you guys enjoy.
I feel like a runaway. I got a home, but I just can't find it. Never knew the right of way. I'm not alone, cause the stars, they guide me. It's in my past, gotta let it go. Don't look back, I gotta keep on going. I feel like a runaway. So I say, hey, don't care what the weatherman's saying, hey, yeah. I'm not afraid of the storms that's raging. It's not mine, gotta let it go. I better mind, I gotta keep on walking, yeah. feel like a child now. Every day I keep on growing. Every road that I travel down, there's always someday worth knowing. It's in my blood, I was born to roam. Where I go, there is no returning. I feel like a runaway. So I say, hey, don't care what the weatherman saying. Hey, I'm not afraid of the storms that's raging. It's not mine, gotta let it go. I better mind, I gotta keep on walking. Yeah. I feel like a runaway. So I say, hey, don't care what the weatherman's saying. Hey, I'm not afraid of the storms that's raging. It's not mine, gotta let it go. I better mind, I gotta keep on walking. Yeah. I feel like a runaway. So I say, hey, don't care what the weatherman's saying. Hey, I'm not afraid of the storms that's raging. It's not mine, gotta let it go. I better mind, I gotta keep on walking. Yeah. I feel like a runaway.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to try a new song. I feel happy. And if I make a mistake, it's a new song. It's called I Believe in Angels. There are many emotions that inspired me to write this song. Because when you move to a new world, everything is actually new. There's a lot of wrong things you're going to do through the process of learning. And at first it felt like it's easy, but the challenges that come with it are heavy. And actually they are personal, because no one else is gonna say, oh, this is how you're feeling. And through that whole energy, I was like, how do I survive to be like sad about something, but tomorrow you're happy? It's because when I sleep, I feel like there are some angels that come and take away that energy. Have you ever been angry about something and you sleep and wake up and somehow you feel okay? It's like you've forgotten all the things of yesterday. And I try to see it as it's angels. Everyone has those angels. It's not related to religion. Everyone has that thing that comes in the night, in the sleep, and take away that energy and replaces it with joy. And it inspired me to write a song called I Believe in Angels. I hope you guys enjoy. It's a new song, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Let me use a pick.
I believe in angels when I reach for the sky. That's how it will be. I believe in angels. Now I don't know my name. They took me in. Down the life's highway, it's okay to cry. I've lost down the hard way, never been shy. I love you and I love you in my own way. Feels like breath in the wind. In your light I've learned to live. I love you and I need you in my own way. Seems I've loved you 1,000 years. Beyond my heart I've learned to love. I've learned to love. I believe in angels when I fly and wonder. They whisper my name. That's how it will be. Down the life's highway, it's okay to sing. I've lost down the highway, never been shy. I believe in angels. I believe in you and I. I love you and I love you in my own way. Seems I've loved you 1,000 years. Beyond my heart I've learned to love. I love you and I need you in my own way. Seems I've loved you 1,000 years. Beyond my heart I've learned to love. I've learned to love. I believe in angels. I believe in you and I. I believe in angels. I believe in you and I. I believe in angels. I believe in you and I believe in angels. I believe in you and I.
Thank you so much. Ever since I sang that song, every time I pass through anything hard, I just wait to when I get to sleep. Because I know I'm gonna wake up feeling okay, and it's built this kind of routine that doesn't hold that sadness or doesn't hold the things that happen in a specific day. I don't think it's necessary to move it to the next day. It's useless. It's past. So the more I've done that, the more I feel like, okay, I'm waiting for my sleep. When I woke up, I don't care about the past. So this next song I'm singing is also a personal song about self-reflection. It's something I've struggled with when I first moved here. I moved in a world where people really mean the words they say. It's the words that control the people. And there are two things that really triggered my self-reflection. One of them was the DMV. So I wake up very early to get my driver's license, and I fill in the form. And when this lady received the form, she asked me, "Are you white?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." And she's like, "Are you black?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Are you Hispanic?" I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Are you Asian?" I'm like, "No." And in my brain, I'm thinking she's high because it's very early in the morning and she's asking me questions that don't make sense. And then she's like, "What the hell are you?" I'm like, I just kept quiet. And she's like, well, I'm going to help you with this. Don't forget, you're black. So she fills in. And I was quiet. I was like, that was new to me. The reason I didn't fill in anything in that part on the application is I'd never heard that people were categorized anyway. That's why the place that I left everything blank. I'd never heard of that. And she went on to tell me to read through the letters in the line, and I could not. She's like, "Actually, you're blind too. I won't give you a driver's license today. I'm sorry. Go see an optician." And I didn't agree with the blind part, and I didn't agree with the black part. So I go home confused, trying to accept two things that I think I'm like, how do you accept this? Immediately, I called my twin sister in Uganda. I'm like, if you ever make it to America, you're black. Don't forget that. You're going to piss off people. And but I think when I went to the optician, I think she was right. I couldn't see. I remember when they gave me the glasses, that was the most beautiful thing that had ever happened to me. Everything seemed so crisp clear. And all these years I've lived in Uganda, I just knew I always told the teachers, "Can I sit closer to the blackboard?" But I didn't know that has to do with the eyes, because no one is there to ever even know you're blind. And it reminded me when I was on a cruise line, I had a very big book. It was this size. And every passenger was like, "What the hell is in that book?" It was lyrics, but they were all zoomed in. I'd made them large so that I can read them while singing. But again, I didn't even connect that with the problem with the eyes. And somehow it's at a DMV in America that I know I'm blind. But it took me a while to really accept that. And then the second thing that triggered my self-reflection was how friendship was perceived in America. I had this guy who taught me, he first called me to play disc golf. Has anyone ever heard of that? Disc golf? That was the most stupidest thing I'd ever seen when I first went to play. I was like, so you throw a flat plate and you have to chase it around? But the more we did it, it was actually fun. I really loved it. And one day I showed excitement by holding this guy's hand and swinging it. And I didn't care at all. He was so pissed. I don't know why he was pissed. He was like, "You need to stay a hell away from me." And he drove away and left me at the park. I was so confused. I was like, what just happened? Did I do anything wrong? Because in Uganda, guys express friendship. They don't care. They don't care. And I think this guy, it was the way I was expressing friendship to him. No one had ever done that to him. And I went home sad. I had to walk a long distance to go home. And that's why I drew eyes on my guitar, because I was freaked out that I've lost a friend. And I didn't know what I did. I kept on asking myself many, many questions. What did I do wrong? But right now I understand. But it inspired me to write a song called Bend, because I had to go in the mirror and looked at myself, and me and my reflection had a conversation. And the whole conversation is this song called Bend. Hope you guys enjoy.
I fear my love will lead me back again. I fear my world will see the shape I'm in. There's nothing wrong with you. It's uncanny to what you wanna do. I fear my world is calling me to leave. I'll take this ride and all it has to give. All the sunny days with the cloudy days, that's the only way. It's the only way I'm ever gonna find you. It's the only thing that matters in the end. So come on and let me love you. And come on, you're strong enough to bear. I know your arms can lift me up again. I ran away, but now I'm back, my friend. I give up on you. You give up on me. And now I see it's the only way I'm ever gonna find you. It's the only thing that matters in the end. So come on and let me love you. And come on, you're strong enough to bend. And now my love has led me back to you.
Thank you so much. The way this couple met me, I'm mentioning them a lot. When I finished my cruise line contract, I kept reading about the immigration rules. Because when I was on the boat, they were like, okay, you have a specific visa that allows you to be on a boat. But then I discovered that actually my visa allowed me to come and be in America. So I was all along praying while on the cruise that my contract ends in America. But unfortunately, my contract ends in Bahamas. And they told me, sir, this is where our contract ends. You're on your own. But the good thing, I knew my visa is still active. So I was like, okay, I need 6 days to live in a hotel. I went to a hotel called Hilton. It was beautiful. That was my first time ever in my life to sleep in a hotel. It was kind of cool. This guy knocked on the door. He's like, excuse me, sir, I've come to make the bed. I was like, sure. I just walked out. And then after a week, I go to the reception, and this guy's name is on my receipt, like every day. Actually, it was non free. I had to pay for that guy to come and make the bed. I was so pissed. I was like, guys, why didn't you tell me this? I can make the bed myself. And it was 1,500 for living at that hotel for 6 days and a person coming to clean up. I was like, I need to leave this place immediately. But I didn't have a plan, and I spent a whole day looking on internet and making calls, events happening in America. And luckily enough, I called this refugee place in Austin. It showed they had a fundraiser, but they didn't mention music. And I was like, hello, I've seen you guys have a fundraiser. Can I come and sing for free? And this woman was like, free? Fuck yes. Immediately I hung up because I'd never had a fuck yes for yes. And I made other calls, they didn't go. People were just hanging up. The moment I say hello, my name, off. I was like, let me call the fuck yes lady again. And when I called this lady this time, she was sweet. She's like, sir, just get yourself here. The gig is yours. I packed my bags immediately. And I was on a flight to Austin. I arrived Austin. I think people would tell that I'd never even heard of Texas. I was wearing a big jacket and it was really hot. And I went, did the gig, but surprisingly, everyone left and they left me at that venue. And I was just there stuck. And it's now midnight. I'm seated there. I don't know who to call. I don't know anyone. And a drunk guy who was passed out at the party wakes up and is like, hello, are you the African? What are you doing here? He puts me in a truck, big ass truck. He was drunk. If he told me right now to get in that truck, I would not do it. But since he was my only savior at that night, I didn't care. So he puts me in a truck and drives me. We reach his house. He's like, he has a room for you. You can sleep there. And in the morning, I come. He was seated on his dining table, and he's like, you're hungry? I'm like, yeah, I am. So he brings a Coke Zero and a small avocado for breakfast. That kind of touched my heart. I was like, sir, I didn't know Americans eat this for breakfast. But at the same time, I was thankful. And the next day, he gave me a small Coke Zero and a small avocado. And actually, that pissed me off. And he could see it in my face that I was not happy. And he called the refugee place. He's like, hey, guys, I have the African. They were like, the African? We've been looking for him for 4 days. So he drove me back there. But they couldn't take me as well because I was not a refugee. I was just a person without a plan. And that's how I met that couple. They were volunteering there as cooks. They were like, we shall take him. And I remember they gave me a business card. I didn't say yes immediately. I had to research how to live with Americans. And the day I told them I'm coming, they were so excited. They came, picked me up, and they showed me my room. Actually, they showed me 2 rooms, and they're like, choose what you want. I was like, really? I chose the room next to the garage because I wanted my exit to be always silent. And the next day, they took me to an assisted living. And when they took me there, they told me they are going to see their grandmother. And immediately triggered something about me. I'm like, your grandmother? Why is she there? So I thought the grandmother is horrible. That's why she's kept an assisted living. Because I'm a stranger, But I was given a room with everything. And I was like, I think that's something you would do for your family first before a stranger. So I go to this assisted living kind of knowing I'm meeting a horrible person. But actually, she was so sweet. She had dementia. She couldn't remember the present, but she kept on looking at me for hours. And I got a pen and a pencil, and I wanted to write what she's trying to tell me by just looking in her eyes. And this songwriting is what I wrote. I thought that was what she was telling me. Hope you guys enjoy.
I've seen religions come and go. I've seen the leaders come and go. Them living good and a mess. I've buried friends and family. I've heard that Jesus will come again. But I just keep riding, riding all alone. Oh no, riding, riding down the road. Through the hurricanes, riding, riding all alone. Through the hate and fear, riding, riding down the road. I've seen the world standing still. I've seen the innocents killed by law. Seen them sweet lovers break my heart. I've seen the races fight themselves. I've seen what I chose and what I need. But I just keep riding, riding all alone. Oh no, riding, riding down the road. Through the hurricanes, riding, riding all alone. Through the hate and fear, riding, riding down the road. But I just keep riding, riding all alone. Oh no, riding, riding down the road. Through the hurricanes, riding, riding all alone. Through the hate and fear, riding, riding down the road. But I just keep riding, I'm not alone. Thank you.
Actually, this song really taught me about culture. And I call it also a special song because in Uganda, it doesn't matter what age you are, people will stay with you till the last minute. And when this lady passed away, I was chilling home and this guy comes with a small box with a flower on top. I'm like, sir, why are you smiling? What's that? He's like, this is my grandmother. I'm like, your grandmother? Why is she in a small box? He's like, well, we cremated her. And these are our ashes. Immediately, I was freaked out. I was like, where are you going to put that box? He's like, we're going to stay with this box for a while till we decide where we take the ashes. Oh, my God. I was like, in my mind, I was like, are you crazy? But I didn't want him to kick me out of the house. But ever since he came with that small box, things started acting up in that house. I felt like, when you just nervous, you feel like things are going wrong. I went to pee and I shut the toilet door. But I think because of the pressure in the house, another door can close itself. And when I shut this door and another door shut itself, I was like, that's the grandmother. But I didn't have a way to tell them. I didn't want to freak them out. And they told me, John, we are going to Fairfield, Texas, to sort out things of their grandmother. And I was like, are you going with the box? They are like, no, we shall be back tomorrow morning. So they leave me alone in the house with the two dogs, and I'm in a different room talking to my friend Alex in Uganda. But I was speaking Luganda. And I was like, hey, Alex. And then the device, Alexa, speaks. But it speaks in another room. And I just heard a woman speak in the house. But she never spoke again. Oh, that freaked me out. I immediately called him. I'm like, sir, your grandmother just spoke to me. And I'm packing my bags right now. He's like, John, wait a minute. We don't have ghosts. I'm like, sir, I am not crazy. I had a woman speak in this house. And they had to turn back and come back. Because I was serious. I was not sleeping in that house for a single night. And one day he was baking, and he's like, Alexa, set timer. For minutes, he was cooking cinnamon rolls. And the woman spoke again. I didn't tell him that's the woman that spoke. He would kill me. But it was a cultural learning that, people just say, burn me, which makes sense. So, anyways, I'm playing my last song. And it's a song called Hello Sunshine. When this guy one day called me for breakfast, it was so surprising. I understood. He was like, Jonathan, breakfast is ready. But I knew what he means. I didn't know that you have to act to that statement. So I just stayed in the bedroom. I didn't know what to do. And he kept on calling, not until he came and opened the door, and he's like, John, breakfast is ready. So I sit on the table. There was a lot of food for 3 people. I was like, wow. So I eat, and after eating, I felt kind of happy. I felt secure with food. Because in Uganda, you'll have one meal, and actually you don't think you don't have. You just need to plan what time are you eating that meal. Is it at 5 p.m. or in the morning? And somehow these guys had a full fridge. My phone was full of photos of a fridge full of food, sending to my twin sister. And the only thing my twin sister tells me was like, you are so lucky. Because to her, that was a lot. And then I start building this security with food. And the first time I went to a party and they had nuggets on a tray, I ate one and those were so delicious. They were chicken nuggets. And there was a lady watching me from a distance. She saw me eat the last piece and she came, she's like, you liked them? I'm like, yeah, who cooked them? And she's like, Chick-fil-A. And I was like, Chick-fil-A is a good cook. And this lady keeps on following me along the whole party, trying to explain Chick-fil-A is not a person. And she shows me the logo. She's like, no, it's a place. You just go and get nuggets. First thing in the morning, I went to experiment that. It was real. You go in the window and ask for as many chicken as you want. I'd never had that privilege. In Uganda, you have to chase the chicken and kill it and cook it. And don't mess up the recipe. So that was the joy. I was like, with all this, ordering a chicken in a window, I'm not going to be stressed at all. And it made the day feel really beautiful and inspired me to write this song called Hello Sunshine. I hope you guys enjoy.
found something new, baby, when I found you. Funny what love will do when you let it show. Yesterday still has closed, tomorrow still who knows. Today it's not too late to let it show. Hello, hello, sunshine, goodbye, rainy days. Love is the answer. We don't need to be afraid. Run, the story goes where it's just nobody knows. All I know is you gotta play. You know who you are a shooting star. Love is gonna show you the way. Hello, hello, sunshine, goodbye, rainy days. Remember who you are and how you've come so far to be here where we are in this life. Hello, hello, sunshine, goodbye, rainy day. Love is the answer. We don't need to be afraid. Run, the story goes where it stops, nobody knows. All I know is you gotta play. You know who you are a shooting star. Love is gonna show you the way. Hello, hello, sunshine, goodbye, rainy day. Goodbye, rainy days. Goodbye, rainy days. Goodbye, rainy days. Give it up for Bryce. Thank you, Houston, so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I can't wait to be back in Houston. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. And I came with some vinyls there. 2020, I got a chance, a lead singer from a band called the Black Keys. He kept on sending me messages, and I didn't respond. But one day I was like, let me respond to this dude. And he was Ghana. He flew me back and forth to Nashville for like 8 months. We would just chill, back in his studio, play new songs, and he wanted to meet Jon. I've been flying back and forth. I wanted to produce your house. Produced my first album, Flying Away, and it's everywhere. But if you go online and see a guy post sideways, I don't know why they chose that photo, but because the first time I showed my friends that album photo, they were like, you look like a pimp. And I didn't know what a pimp means. But when I read more about what a pimp is, I was like, they're right. I didn't know why they chose that photo. So, but when you see a guy post sideways with a striped shirt, that's the album. It's called Flying Away. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.